What do you think about Danny D saying that you look like an FBI agent?
I think he might be onto something.
You? Never.
Alright, this is about 6 yards. Going for that middle target on the right hand side of it. Shooting with both eyes open. Helps if you put one in there first.
Might help.
Nice. There you go. 7 yards. Pretty rapid firing, both eyes open, just pointing and aiming. These are from the first magazine, which I didn't put on video. Same distance, about 6-7 yards. Man, that's about as good as it gets, I think, for not aiming, just pointing and shooting. So far this P250, first 2 mags went through flawless, and shoots really nice. I got this just to practice because I have so many other P250s, but I tell you what, this thing is damn near target shoot quality, I think, so far. Let's shoot some more, see what it does. Have some fun with my hillbilly folks. See that, man? Fucking nice. Thanks, brother. Taking some 25-yard shot here. And I'm going for that one target right in the middle there. See that black target with the green dot? The one that's dead center of all the other targets there. The one that's right in the middle of the screen. I'm going to shoot for that. Alright, 25 yards.
EOTech? And or just the EOTech? Oh.
With the P250. It's okay, son, I got this.
I only see 5%.
25 yards with a 4-inch barrel. Not too bad. You know what? Hold on. Might as well dump one more mag before we go down. Got it loaded.
Yo, where's your, George, where's your...
Oh. Okay. Well, the gun shoots good.
About 8. That's how many I count. That I can at least see.
Oh, nice. Let's go get a shot with that for our viewing public. Well, as you guys could see on the video, that was pretty rapid fire. I'm not saying it was rapid fire, but it was pretty quick shots. I was aiming with one eye because we're 25 yards out with a handgun. But
9, 10, 11, 12.
I'd say that's pretty damn good for 25 yards out, shooting pretty quickly. I'm happy with that, I gotta say. That's better than I expected. If I took my time and really aimed those shots, I bet it would be even tighter. But so far, very impressed with the P250-22. I was just expecting a nice way to practice, and I mean, I'm definitely thinking that this is could actually be a really decent target gun. So, you know, not in the realm of like the Mark IIIs and the Brownings and things like that, but it's definitely more impressive than I expected it to be. So anyway, P250-22, it's a keeper. What's up, tuberinos? Just got back from the range, and man, I'll tell you what, the range video speaks for itself. Although as of me videoing this video, I haven't went back and watched the other footage yet, so I'll tie it all in together and put it in this one, and we'll check it out together. But I'll tell you what, this thing was a pleasure to shoot. As you guys can see, we're safe, and you know, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video is a couple things I noticed when this thing was fresh out of the box, and it's I didn't mention we got 250 rounds through it, and I was going to say I apologize for it being dirty, but I'll tell you what, for 250 rounds at least, it was between 250 and 300. I didn't keep track, but I had a box of 522 LRs, and I dumped half the box in a bag, and that's what I was using when I went shooting. So I reckon it was about 250 to 300 rounds. And you know, range review, first things first, out of that many rounds, there was 2 failure to fires, but both of those rounds fired on the second pull, which again is another great thing about having a double action only gun, is second strike, third strike, fourth strike, you know, capability, as many strikes as you want. But yeah, 2 times out of, let's just say 275, because I don't feel like keep saying between 250 and 300, but out of 275 rounds, 2 failure to fires, which both fired after the second pull. So most likely just a hard primer on those rimfire cartridges, or a hard rim. I don't know what you call it on a rimfire. Is it a primer? You guys can comment and let me know. Anyway, so good to know that it had enough power, that the gun itself had enough power to get it to fire on the second shot. Beautiful, shoots like a Cadillac. I mean, all SIGs do. One thing I wanted to show you guys, and one of the main reasons why I decided to do this little tabletop review rather than just uploading the range footage, is when this thing was brand new, fresh out of the box. Of course, the first thing I wanted to do was break it down, and it's funny because the gun store that I bought it from, the lady there had actually never seen a P250, or at least never handled one. So, you know, in typical Glory to America fashion, I had to expound upon the awesomeness of the P250, so I wanted to just show her the firing mechanism, and I was explaining to her how that's the actual firearm itself, and none of this is. And I went to break it down, locked the slide back, and put that lever back. I didn't read the directions or anything, it's just a 250, right? I've got a bunch of them. And this is what happened. That's not coming off. Alright, so you go to lock it back. Now, first thing, you don't want to turn the lever all the way back. Depending on what frame you're using, some of the P250 and 320 frames have a little notch there that allows it to stay in the vertical position, or 90-degree position. That takedown lever is what I'm talking about. And half of the frames don't. So it just depends on the size. I think all the subcompact frames have that little notch, and all the full-size and compact frames will allow you to go all the way back like so. Just to show you, we'll start from the beginning again. 90 degrees, okay? You want to kind of just let it go forward. Watch this. Okay, so I kind of just went with the flow of the recoil spring, and also gave it a little bit of heft from my own hand. And just to be real clear, I'm not yanking it, didn't force it, but I did give it a little extra momentum. And that is the only way that I've been able to get this slide off since brand new. So it was the same when it was brand new, it's the same after 275 rounds. It still does that, so I'm guessing it's just in the inherent design of this 22 caliber version. As you can see, the lug is quite different than your standard P250. and the recoil spring and guide rod is a little bit different. You've got this little insert here that the guide rod and recoil spring goes into, and that actually captures it. Now here's the other trick. So going back onto the gun for the first time, alright, like normal, I go to push this back, and as you can see, I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on that takedown lever, and it is not going. I mean, that thing is locked. I can go backwards, but I can't go forward. That will not go back into the lock position. But watch this. I'm going to push the barrel. It barely moved. I mean, you guys see it was just a little bit, but watch this now. Like butter. Exactly the way it should work. And now we're right back to where we should be. Actually, the main reason why I decided to do this tabletop review was just to show you guys those two little tricks to hopefully help out anybody in the future who gets a P250-22. If it is just something that's inherent with the 22, then I wanted to show everybody so they know how to get their slide on and off easily, and you don't get stuck, or you don't try forcing it or pushing it with tools or anything crazy like that. And also, another reason is so that you guys can leave a comment. Let me know if yours are like that, or if not, so that I know.